Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing splendidly. I am at the end of my wedding season. Well, not really the end. I've got so much editing to do and I've got probably 4 weddings left of the year. But I am just editing and I thought I would do a quick video of how I import images into Lightroom. It sounds easy, it is, but I do have some recommended things I feel like people need to know about. First up, I use CF Express cards with my Nikon camera. These import really quickly. So at the end of a wedding day, I come home and I pop my cards in the card reader like so. Now, if you've got Lightroom open, then this is what you'll see. Okay, so you can see the cards on the left here. Now, one selected and then you select the other one, but you want to import both cards at the same time. So you hold down Command on both of the root folders. Now, if you select a folder like this, if there's other folders in the card, then you won't import them images. So just make sure you have that and then Command, or you press the other button. Now, if you go down here, you want it capture time because you want the wedding to be in order. Minimal, so build previews minimal. Previews are the things you see on your screen. I'm going to put minimal because I actually use AfterShoot to run the first edit of my photos. Now, if I select standard, for example, when it's importing all the images, if I'm importing, quite a lot of thousands of images, it's going to take a while to import and I want to go to bed. So I'm going to click minimal. I'm going to uncheck smart previews because I don't want any previews. I do not want to see any of my photos before they go through AfterShoot. Make a second copy. So you make a second copy. I'm going to untick that right now because I haven't got my backup drive, my huge 18 terabyte G drive. I have not got that plugged into my laptop because the cable broke. Long story. So I do recommend that you have a hard drive here. That will be good. So I'm going to uncheck that. Collection, I don't deal with collections. I just have one Lightroom catalog for the entire year. People might think that's weird, but I totally think it's mental having different Lightroom catalogs for different weddings. Lightroom is not only a mass photo editor, it's also very good at storage, which is why we're going to click rename files. Now, why would you rename a file? Well, if I open this file, for example, it has a title of JP8, which is my camera, and also 6326. Now, if I import that, I might get exactly the same file name in the future, and I want to know where exactly all my files are at any time. If I ever want to search, this comes in handy massively. So you want to go to customer settings and edit. Okay, so example up top. So this is what a file name will look like. Now, I'm not fussed about it saying what camera it's taken with and what necessarily the file name was. I want it to be the date. So year, month, day, hour, minute, second. That is what I do. I can probably have it day, month, year. That probably would make more sense. But at this moment in time, this is exactly what I do. Now, this also helps if you are using a cloud backup service such as Backblaze. So as soon as I import a wedding, it will start detecting that I've got new files on my drives. You can see here that I have 17.5 terabytes of data stored in the cloud, and it's so cheap. It's like $70 for a year. And if I delete a file by mistake, then it stays there for a year, which is unbelievable. I will use a link below for you to get a free, I think it's a free month. Yeah, free month. So use that code below. Okay, so we're done here. Apply during import. I just leave like a random preset on because it doesn't really matter. You can also obviously click none. Metadata. Now, keywords. I normally put the couple's name or the wedding venue, so I could just type in, say, Winters Barnes. Now, every single time I've got a wedding at Winters Barnes, if I want to view any images I've taken at Winters Barnes, I can just search in Lightroom and type in Winters Barnes, and it will show up all the images I've taken there, which is quite handy, but for this, I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, so I'm just going to click my SSD. I have a few of these. I've got 3. This is what I import to primarily and edit off. Of course, I've got the backup on my G drive as well, and also keep the cards until after the wedding is delivered. So I import to these because they're fast and I want to go to bed. So if I just click the top of the actual drive name, it will automatically create a folder for the date of that wedding, which is handy. And yep, so we're all ready to import. I'm just going to click import right now. And it should import pretty quickly because I'm not rendering previews and I'm using CF Express cards. Okay, so they are all imported and you can see that actually the previews are pretty fast. Yeah, right, so now you can see down here, you can see all of my folders. So here you can see 8th August the 31st, it's red, it means I have not edited that. Once I do edit it, I know it's on my main drive, my main G drive, and I mark it to green. What I do is I just right click that, update folder location, find the location of the folder on my massive G drive, and it's there, and it automatically gets put here. So that's all good. So yeah, once all that's done and it's imported, I open up AfterShoot. Now, actually, I will show you AfterShoot. Now, if I open up AfterShoot, AfterShoot is fantastic. I don't use it for culling. I use it for editing mainly. I don't have anything against AI culling particularly, but I'm just going to quit Lightroom now because I would like to access my Lightroom catalog. So click my Lightroom catalog and it's this one. I'm just going to select file. Now it's going to come up with so many different folders. I use my AI profile here. I've built mine from my own presets, but there are some nice AI profiles for you to choose from. And now here, it's a bit muddly here. Like if I could change anything from AfterShoot, it would be here. You've got to find the folder you've imported with. Now, I know it's the 24th of September today, and I took 96 photos of them cards. Now, if I move that out of the way, at the moment it says edit 0 photos because there's filters applied. I will uncheck flags. I will just have any camera I've ever shot with and nothing else, apply, and it's at 96 photos. So as soon as I click edit, album queued for a couple of seconds, then it will start generating all the previews. Now, when it's editing all of this, my computer, I leave it. What I do, because I've just come home from a wedding, I typically get ready for bed, brush my teeth, maybe even have a shower, depending on how hectic the day has been. And then once it's edited, which will normally take maybe half an hour, which sounds a long time, but during that half an hour, I'm not really ready to go to bed, so to speak. I am wired, so I'm just going to unwind and let it do its thing, and then I will come back to it. Okay, so that took maybe 90 seconds. I'm just going to click review in Lightroom. So here it says editing successful. It's all edited. Review in Lightroom. So I'm going to click review in Lightroom and it's going to open up Lightroom for me, hopefully on that folder, and everything will be edited. It says previous import. I'm just going to double check here. Right, it's open. Okay, so now you can see there's a slight delay for the edited photo. And then this is the time I'm like, yes, I can go to bed. So what I'm going to do is I go back here and I Command A to select everything. And then I go up to library and I go to build smart previews and I go to build previews. Well, build standard size previews, build smart previews. So the difference between these, the standard size previews is what you see in the develop module, and build smart previews is what you're seeing here in the library mode. So as soon as I do that, it's going to take a while. I just leave it overnight. With Backblaze, it will automatically detect up here that there's new files after a while, and then I wake up and I've got fast internet and everything is all backed up. So I'm not going to lose a photo ever, and yeah, it's just off my mind. And then these CF Express cards, what I'll do is I'll keep them in the card holder and take them upstairs with me, have them by my bed. And then I'll also have the separate SD cards within my camera. I will move to another room, just hide away somewhere, just in case, you know, like my house explodes or something. Everything's all safe, everything's all like, yeah, everything's not in the same place, and it's all good. But yeah, hopefully you've learned something today. This is the fastest way I've found of importing Lightroom after a wedding, and then using AfterShoot ready for the cull in the morning. So in the morning, I will open up the wedding and I will have all of these photos all rendered for me, ready to blast through in Lightroom mode to cull, because I don't use anything else to cull. I like Lightroom. Lightroom's fast enough. What I do is I'll just move my camera up here. So I'm like, yeah, like that one. I mean, I'll press P to pick, P to pick, P to pick, scanning through nice and quickly. You used to have to unplug your hard drive, your SSD, for some reason, to glide through this quickly in Lightroom mode, but now you don't. I'm not really sure. I think it's been an update. But yeah, and then flag as pics. So then everything in the morning, I've gone through the initial cull, and then I've got these pics, photos, and then ready to choose some sneak peeks to send over to the happy couple within the 24 hours of their wedding. So hopefully you've learned something. If you have, drop me a comment, and yeah, hope to see you guys soon in another video.